Skarloey in a Jam. Skarloey, the little narrow-gauge engine, had lived on the island of Sodor for many years. He knows everyone and everyone knows him. He enjoys taking visitors through the forest and around the beautiful blue lake. One morning, Skarloey was in his shed. The Fin controller came to see him. "Skarloey, you are to collect a party of foreign visitors from Crowford's Gate," he said. "They are here to take pictures of every scenery in the hills." "I won't let you down, sir," whistled Skarloey. "That's a good engine," cheered the Fin controller. "I knew I could rely on you." When Skarloey arrived at Crowford's Gate, the foreign visitors were waiting on the platform. Henry was dropping them off. "They don't speak in our language," whished Henry. "Don't worry," said Skarloey. "I'm sure they'll have a great time taking pictures in the hills." The guard blew his whistle, and Skarloey puffed away. Skarloey took the foreign visitors to the Green Valley. Then he took them to the engines depot. Renez was there doing some shunting. "Hello, Skarloey. Are you taking visitors as usual?" he asked. "Yes," replied Skarloey. "But these are foreign visitors. They don't speak in our language." Renez was impressed, and he was even more impressed when the foreign visitors took his picture, and so did Skarloey. Then it was time to go. At the station by the lake, the foreign visitors enjoyed taking pictures of every mountains and every lakes. Then it was time for Skarloey to take them back. "I guess the foreign visitors were no trouble at all," he thought. But not for long. All carriages on the narrow gauge railway are now fitted with emergency cable. They were used for passengers to sound the alarm and stop the train, but only when there is an emergency. Skarloey was approaching a level crossing when he felt he was slowing down. "What's the matter?" Skarloey cried. "Someone pulled the emergency cable," replied his driver. "We have to stop." The guard went to see what the matter was. Then he came up to the cab looking glum. "What have we stopped for?" asked the driver. "2 cups of coffee, that's why we stopped," grumbled the guard. "The foreign visitors thought the emergency cable was a buffet attendant. I explained to them in English about 10 minutes ago." "Never mind," sighed the driver. "Come on, Skarloey. Let's get going." But when Skarloey tried to start, he couldn't move. The brakes on one of the coaches were locked solid. To make matters worse, the last coach and the guard's van were halfway over the level crossing. By now, there were long queues of cars waiting to go over the railway. The guard went to telephone for help. Renez was just finished his shunting when the yard manager came to see him. "One of Skarloey's coaches have got a jammed brake," he called. "You must take some workmen to put it right." "Yes, sir," said Renez. Renez picked up the workman and set off to help his friend. Skarloey was getting so embarrassed by the traffic. Elizabeth was getting so impatient. Come on, what's the hold-up? She honked. You are blocking the road! But Skarloey couldn't do anything about it. Just then, Renes pulled up. Don't worry, Skarloey, we'll get this sorted in no time, he puffed. Soon, the workmen mended the brakes, and Skarloey was on his way again. The level crossing was clear, and Elizabeth and all the other traffic could go. It was late when Skarloey arrived at Crowford's gate. The foreign visitors said they were sorry and would never make the same mistake again. When Skarloey got back to the shed, the Fink controller was waiting for him. I'm very sorry, sir, wheezed Skarloey. I didn't know this was going to happen. It's all right, Skarloey, smiled the Fink controller. It wasn't your fault, and you did very well to show the visitors around, and I'm very proud of you. Skarloey felt very happy. Thank you for helping me, Renes, he whispered. That's all right, said Renes. You did have yourself in a jam, a traffic jam, of course. And the two friends laughed.